Hi everybody. The reason I'm making another video so quick is because I kind of forgot a small storyline. It's kind of a big storyline, but the way they're doing it seems small because the main focus was on Nick and everything that I discussed already. But the minor plot, I'd say the B storyline, is Daniel's relationship with Tessa, and I guess the reason why I blocked it out of my memory was because it was so bizarre. Not the thing. Okay. Not the interaction. Not the relationship. The way it was brought up. Because Phyllis, the wonderful Michelle Stafford, she always has scenes with Daniel, Michael Grassade, the wonderful Michael Grassade, my other boyfriend. Um, where they're eating something. They're always eating something. Anyway, um, and and, and also, just a side note, I am kind of close with my family too, but not this close. Um, Nobody knows if I'm in a relationship or not. Not because I'm like ashamed of it or anything, but there are things called boundaries. And I don't talk about anything like that with my family. Are you nuts? And so when Phyllis is asking Daniel, so how was your New Year's Eve? Okay, completely above board. So of course he's not gonna say, well, I spent it with Tessa, whatever. Well, how's it going with Tessa? And he goes, why do you bring her up? Well, because every time you seem to smile these days, it's around her. Okay, so he didn't give it up. But the fact that she asked questions like that is like, what? Huh? Okay. I don't share that much. I might say who I'm dating, but like they don't ask probing questions like it just felt weird. Like, what? Oh boy. Um so anyway, and then being the normal person he is, he tries to steer the conversation away from that. So then he says, what was the phone call about? Or what was the voicemail about? And she said, what are you talking about? What were you saying on there? What was it about? And she said, don't worry about it. And he said, I know you. That's why I worry about it. Anyway, so then she has to keep him up to date with that. All she asked for from Billy and Jack was to give Summer Marchetti, which we already knew. Okay. And then she says, well, I want to turn it into something that we can all work together. And who knows, there might be a job for you. And so he says, have you told Summer about this? She says, well, I want my plan to work out before I tell her. And that was it. I was like, okay, but that's the weirdest interaction between mother and son I have ever seen in my life. It's about the equivalent of like Victor asking Victoria, so what's going on with your dating life? And wanting like the nitty gritty details. It's weird. Okay, people, it's weird for your family to want to know details like that. I'm just saying. I called it out when Ivy was that close to Electra. I called it out then too. Okay, it's just strange. So anyway, um, yeah, okay. So what I'm afraid of is that the relationship between Tessa and Daniel is going to get backburnered to something else. And we're never going to hear about it again for at least 6 months. Now that it's kind of done and written and everything, it's going to be it. We're not going to see them for months. I mean, together. We might see Tessa and Daniel in separate scenes, but not as a couple. And then I always have the overarching question: why? And I don't know the answer to the question why yet. I can have speculation all day, but I don't have anything concrete. So we're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna be I'm gonna have to be patient, which is against my nature when it comes to this, because I want to know now or within the week or something. But I just know it's not gonna happen like that because they're gonna move on to somebody else or something else or whatever. So just laying the foundation here. Okay. Bye everybody.